and higher prices for consumers. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories. A top United Nations relief official says that famine has begun in Gaza, affecting hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. Former US President Donald Trump has achieved a record win in the Iowa caucuses with a landslide victory. The Red Cross and Red Crescent have requested almost $5 million in emergency funds to tackle Zambia's escalating cholera outbreak. And a bill to enshrine abortion rights into the French Constitution is advancing with a debate in the National Assembly on Tuesday. That's the latest feature story news. Simon Gaitan reporting.
It's 7:26.
Programming made possible by donations from the following.
New Health. If you want to do more than just aim for new resolutions, New Health can help be the catalyst for a sustained, healthier lifestyle for 2024. Whether it's addressing medical concerns, dental well-being, managing pharmaceutical needs, or supporting your behavioral health, New Health has you covered. Your well-being is their priority, and together New Health will strive to make 2024 your healthiest year yet. To make an appointment, you can call 509-935-6004. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978.
KCHW thanks New Health for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven-fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
Chewelah Motel and RV Park. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, located at 301 South Park Street in Chewelah, offers 14 single or double rooms, each with a refrigerator and microwave, in-room coffee station, Wi-Fi, cable, and 58-inch screen television. 2 Airbnb options are available, both with full kitchens, coffee, and a 65-inch smart TV. They also feature 26 full hookup RV spots with 30-amp service. For reservations, they can be reached at 509-935-4763 or ChewelahMotelandRVPark.com. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, 301 South Park Street in Chewelah.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7 getting started on a Tuesday. It's Scott and my wonderful sister Val. Big round of applause. Good morning, Val.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thanks for being here and getting up early and all that kind of stuff.
I know, it's just so hard. I always say when you're retired, it doesn't matter if you have to get up early one day. You can always take a nap.
Yeah, totally. All right, keep an eye on Facebook this morning. We're having a storm, and I've had my internet go out a couple times, and just make sure everything's going okay, and nobody posts that they can't hear us or anything weird like that. But we got off our YouTube ban for a week, and they accused us of fake news, but that was fake news.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a part of a newscast that came on as we start the video. And they said it was fake news, but it was a news story about a proposed change in medical laws, not an actual one. And somehow their algorithms, I guess, keyed in on that and decided that they were going to punish us for something we didn't do.
And of all the crazy stuff that gets posted that's outlandish and yours gets flagged for something like that, I don't know.
And we're pretty simple.
We
don't get too crazy, so I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I know you heard the little background audio there. I know we're got audio on YouTube, so if there's any problems on Facebook, you can switch over and catch our feed there this morning since we are unbanned. And if you join us on Facebook or YouTube, leave us a message and say hi.
Yeah, and I've got Facebook up. I don't see Ken yet. He's usually our gauge about how things are going. So so we'll have to see when he pops in, make sure he can hear us. So.
All right. Let's take a look at weather. You are under a weather storm warning. High today expected to be just 19 degrees. All right. Were you saying
which is a heat wave over what we've had? I think yesterday, last night was the first night that we were out of the sub-zero temps for the first time in a few days. So the coldest I think we saw was -20 here.
Wow.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, all these cool temperatures have set you up for a storm. All right, 19 today with a mix of clouds and sun during the morning, giving way to cloudy skies in the afternoon. Drop down to 11 tonight with periods of snow after midnight. Expect to wake up to about 3 inches. All right, could make morning commutes a little tough. Then for your Wednesday, 22 and 10 with a 96% chance of snow. It's going to continue. Back off for you on Thursday, 24 and 18 with mostly cloudy skies. Snow returns for Friday, 29 and 27 with a 50% chance of snow, so it shouldn't be too bad. But expect that 50% chance of snow to continue into your Saturday. Daytime high of 35, overnight low of 33. And then here comes the melt. Sunday, 39 and 34. Afternoon rain at 40%. Same deal for Monday, 40 and 35 with rain mixed with snow. And next week, you are back into the upper 30s. A couple days in there, I see 40 degrees. So it'll get better.
Wow. We've always said if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute.
Something's going to change. Something's going to change rather quickly.
Yeah,
all right.
Now that the news stations are predicting anywhere from up to 8 inches or better of snow here by Thursday morning. So
total accumulation 7 to 12 inches.
Yeah.
18 inches in the mountains.
The mountains will love it, though.
Yeah.
They've got a really late start to the ski year, and so yeah, and then they got that really nice big dump of snow, and then it got so cold. I mean, I don't know. There was a few people up there, but when you're like at 0 degrees before the wind chill, who wants to ski?
I don't even want to know how cold that is.
Oh, no. Horrible.
I don't know if you've heard about it happening in your area or from the coast over by Seattle and stuff, but a story out of Chicago, desperate Tesla owners. So in all the charging station lots, there's graveyards of frozen Teslas. They call them parking lot popsicles.
Well, when we had the first really cold morning, that morning we had -20, we're on Inland Power, and I bet you the power went out for half a second about, I don't know. I would say we're coming up on 20 times.
Wow.
And so they were asking people to, shut off the non-essentials and turn down their heat and all that stuff. But that was our comment is you have an electric car and now the power's out or they're asking you to conserve electricity. Now what do you do?
Yeah. And all these people, and they were showing these lots with all these frozen Teslas in them, and one guy said, he spent several hours on the day he got off his flight and his car wouldn't start. Came back the next day, spent a half a day in the cold trying to get it started, and finally just gave up and had it towed.
Wow.
So,
well, I just know we have batteries in our outdoor temperature sensors, and the first night we lost those batteries. And I imagine you get to a certain charge level, and then the cold just knocks them the rest of the way out. So
what it said is you have to leave them plugged in long enough because they won't do the rapid charge, but they'll take a trickle charge, and you have to do that until the battery gets up to power and can accept the rapid charge. And who knows how long that would take based on the cold. And then in the UK, they got a whole nother problem. People were going around and putting raw hamburger in the charging ports.
Why? Just to be
They're thinking maybe it's some kind of but they're thinking it's maybe some vegans, angry vegans, which doesn't make sense either.
Maybe a protest.
Something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's charging.
Ken did pop in this morning to say good morning, so I'm assuming he can hear us.
Good.
And then we have Kirk Merrill also joining us from Buckley, Washington this morning.
Kirk was in last week too.
Yeah, he said they've got 16 degrees, I think. I think it's above. I don't think it was minus 16. I think it's 16 above, but yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, let's do a little bit more weather. This one is called How Cold Is It? With Val. How cold is it, Val?
It's so cold, we had to chop up the piano for firewood. It only gave us 2 chords.
How cold is it, Val?
It's so cold, my dog is stuck to the fire hydrant with his leg in the air.
How cold is it, Val?
It's so cold, if you suck on an ice cube, it just gets bigger.
I wonder if you went outside with your mouth open and tried that, if it would work. How cold is it, Val?
It's so cold, in court with traffic tickets, we're pleading guilty and beg for the electric chair.
And last one, Val, how cold is it?
It's so cold, I fell out of bed and my pajamas broke.
I was new. Brad was a tightwad, but no heat. Come on. Come on. Wow.
That's the beauty of having wood heat. Yeah.
But how does your hot tub handle the cold?
We haven't gotten in it since that first really cold morning, but it seems to do okay.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, some bad poetry this morning for the cold. That's how I'll share. Ice and snow, you're such a pain. Slipping and sliding, it's all insane. My car's frozen and won't even start. Winter weather's breaking my heart.
I was waiting for the winter weather as cold as my heart.
Well, that too. Wow. Wow, Val. Wow.
Oh.
All right, Val's got my horoscope for today, and I am ready, Val. Let me know what I'm in store for.
Okay. The cosmos are predicting a day filled with awkward silences and spontaneous yodeling.
I feel so sorry for the neighbors.
Yodeling.
Nobody wants to hear my yodeling. All right, 4 things you didn't know yesterday with Val.
All right. Even though he's been gone for decades, Elvis Presley still makes no less than $30 million a year, and in some years over $100 million. Wow. His estate, his grandkids, his great-grandkids, and on and on and on will never have to worry about a dime, right?
Wow. I don't even remember what year he passed away.
It was we were still living in the Tri-Cities. I'm going to say about 1979 would be my guess.
Okay. Wow.
I actually even remember, those things that you remember exactly where you were when it happened. I mean, 9/11 was big. I mean, I know exactly what I was doing that day, where I was. But for some reason, Elvis Presley's death made such a huge impression on me. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. Mom and I were in that old yellow Buick headed for the Blue Mountains.
Oh, wow.
Because Butch and Mabel had that cabin down there,
Mhm.
and we were heading down to the cabin when it came on the news.
Wow.
So,
Wow. I don't remember. I remember like being shocked by it, but I don't remember where I was. 9/11, I was at home and I had company visiting, and I remember coming out of the bedroom in the morning and walking into the living room, and both my guests were sitting on the couch, and they were both crying.
mhm.
And I'm just like, what? What's going on? What's wrong? And they pointed at the TV, and I turned around, and the smoke was billowing. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first day of my new job. I went to work at the school district in Springdale, and I got up in the morning, got ready for work, didn't turn on the TV for some reason, got in the car, and had on the Jay and Kevin radio show out of Spokane, and Jay was crying, and I went, "What in the world just happened?" To have a radio morning personality person
Breaking down
crying.
like that.
Yeah. So, yeah. And it was a horrific day as your first day of work.
I bet.
Especially
Wow.
the school district, because you have all these parents rushing in to take their kids, check their kids out of school. And as somebody who's brand new, you don't know parents and if they go to that kid and all, all of this crazy stuff. It was a nightmare. So,
Wow.
yeah.
All right, let's continue
Anyway,
with maybe things that
something a
won't be
little-
so depressing. You're giving me sad goosebumps.
Something a little bit more cheery, I
Yeah,
hope,
yeah.
anyway. In 2023, around 848 million movie tickets were sold in North America alone.
Wow. So I'd be curious what that's down from, because obviously theaters still having a problem because Hollywood won't put out any new movies.
Yeah, and we used to go to movies all the time, and we just really haven't as much. I think part of it is, because of COVID, we got all these streaming services, and now that's kind of what we still do is a lot of streaming. So,
And if
I
you
do
got a
wanna
big
s-
TV and a nice sound system, why go to the theater, right?
Exactly. I mean, we sometimes, well, before it got dark at 4:30 at night, we would go out to Northern Quest because there are B&B theaters out there. $5 movie day on Tuesdays. And so
Back
we
to
used
the
to,
Brad's a tightwad thing. Okay.
yeah.
No, I'm kidding. You're retired. You got to save that money, right? Look for the bargains.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're retired, you can go to a movie at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday.
That's right. Mm.
All right. Next, 2.1 million Lego elements are manufactured every hour.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
Multi-billion-dollar company right there, I'm sure.
Mhm.
And finally, stewardesses is the largest word that is typed with only the left hand.
And it's also one of my favorite words.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Just kidding. All right. I think, yes, I do. Let's see. Am I right? I've got 4 jokes, 4 breakfast jokes. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready? These is kind of
I'm
like
ready.
a warm up for trivia at the end of this segment. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Val, what has 1 horn and gives milk?
One horn and gives milk. Would it be like a milk delivery truck?
Oh, wow. All right. All right. I can see I might not trick you. All right.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
All right. This is difficult. What has 6 eyes but cannot see?
6 eyes but cannot see. Mississippi?
Huh. Is that right?
I don't know. I was trying to count the eyes in Mississippi.
That's a good guess. Huh. All right. No, it's a trick question. What is 6 eyes
Okay.
but cannot see?
I don't know.
It would be those pesky 3 blind mice. Oh.
I don't think I'd have gotten that one.
Ha, 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 ha. I succeeded.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all? All right. Val, what is the best thing to do if you find a gorilla in your bed? And I'm guessing you probably have.
Gorilla in your bed?
Yeah. A gorilla in your bed. What's the best?
Roll over and say, good morning, Brad.
I hope he's listening.
I don't know, Scott. What is the best thing to do if you find a gorilla in your bed?
Well, I sleep somewhere else. All right. Tough morning. How do you make an egg laugh?
Crack it up.
I'll take that. Good job. Second choice was tell it a yolk. All right, Val, question for you.
All right.
A couple questions for you. The ATM spit out $790 more than you asked for. Bank statement shows only what you asked for was taken out. The bank was closed, and it'll be closed tomorrow, too. What do you do?
That's a hard one, because there's a part of me that say banks take our money all the time. It's only turnabout's fair play. But then I worry about this thing called karma. I would probably give in to the karma fear. What about you?
Wait and see maybe for a while. Think about it.
Think about it. And then you could just say, I hadn't checked my bank statement. I didn't notice.
Yeah, I'd make sure I had an extra $800 in there just in case they wanted it back.
Right.
Or if the guilt got too much and I decided, hey.
Or you started having really bad luck.
I want to reverse it.
Yeah.
It might be too late then, though.
I don't know.
I don't know. When I found stuff like one time on top of, and this is in Seattle at an apartment complex, somebody sat one of those like spotlights you can keep in your trunk that run off a cigarette lighter that are like 1,000 candle power. You can bring down an airplane with it. They left it setting on the hood of my on the not the hood but the top of my car. So I go out to get in my car, and I wasn't going anywhere. I just needed something. And I go out there, and I see that on there, and I'm like, well, okay, somebody forgot it, and they'll probably figure it out. I left that on the top of my car for at least 36 hours. And the surprising thing was, nobody stole it. That's what I couldn't believe. I figured for sure it would be gone, but I wasn't going to take it. It wasn't mine. And after 36 hours and it was still sitting there, I went, hey, got a new light. So.
We have a friend who ordered some things and got 2 of everything he ordered.
Oh.
And we're talking, it was a good $1,000 worth of stuff, if not more.
Whoa.
And he has contacted the company multiple times saying, you sent me double this. Let me know how to return it, where to return it. And they haven't responded. And he's going, well, I guess I have 2 of everything.
This is Christmas and we got free stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know what Ken says if that happened to him?
What?
He'd go back and see if it does it again.
I'm going to keep taking money out of this account, see what happens.
And then Bonnie is joining us this morning from Chihuahua. So good morning, Bonnie.
All right. Excellent.
I wasn't going to try to say her last name. So.
Yeah, and maybe they're posting in a public place, but maybe it's better off to leave the last name off.
Okay.
But it actually, her last name kind of sounds like a medication.
Well, I figure you're posting on a public Facebook page with your full name.
So anybody could see it. But.
Yeah, so anybody could see that you're here anyway. So, if you don't want us to say your name, probably say something along that line. I'm here, but don't let anybody else know.
I don't want my boss to hear because they listen too. Why does Ken want me to go to the light?
Go to the light, Scott. I'm not
one of the earlier jokes.
The light behind you?
Huh. All right. I'll pay him back in a little bit.
I'm
But
sure. We'll
one
find
more
something.
question for you, Val. And I can't do this since I don't have a significant other. What is something that your significant other does better than you and it drives you nuts?
Let's see. He can drink alcohol way better than me without getting a hangover.
That's amazing. All right.
On a more serious note, he can visualize things. So you start like laying out a plan to him, telling him, okay, I'm going to build this and I'm going to do that, that, and that. And he can picture it all in his mind. He'll have it pictured before we even start. I cannot do that. You have to draw me pictures and give me written instructions. I can't visualize. And that, I wish I could do that because I know it frustrates him sometimes. Can't you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, no, draw me a picture. I can't make that connection between auditory and then be able to figure it out. So I can't picture things.
Yeah, once I gave Val an IKEA table, and when she opened the package, she cried.
No, see, I am wonderful at doing IKEA stuff or putting anything together. If we've got anybody in our family, immediate family that needs something put together like that, it's got written instructions and pictures. I am gold. I can put that together faster than anybody. But don't try to orally explain to me how to put it together.
You mean you follow directions?
I can follow directions really well.
Oh. All right, then let's see what Val also thinks. Let's find out what Val thinks about in the shower.
All right. The first thought I had is Band-Aids are stickers you earn for being dumb.
Aww. It's kind of true, though.
Here's another one for you. All mirrors are actually sold used.
I hate that. They should be all discounted, too.
Mm-hmm. Cover them or something so you're the first one that gets to look in them.
Can you guarantee this not to break when I look into it? Said Ken.
And Ken did say that he was making that comment because that light was left on top of your car. He said,
go to the light, Scott. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, we're catching up.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
This one really made me, this was like an epiphany to me, kind of. Nothing is on fire. Fire is actually on things.
So when I yell, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. It's
no,
true.
The fire's on you.
Oh, okay. Fire's on me, fire's on me, fire's on me.
Go. At some point, you will reach the halfway point in your life without even realizing it.
Way past that.
I know.
Way past.
I think that ship has sailed for both of us.
Well, I'm really kind of worried about this year because, our brother passed away at 58. And how old do I turn this year?
58.
Yeah, so I'm going to avoid that light.
Oh, well, we've all outlived him pretty much at this point, right?
Yeah.
At some point, I read that. Phil Connors is lucky he didn't have the flu during his Groundhog Day.
Wake up sick every morning.
Oh, how about a woman that was pregnant with morning sickness every day? Oh, my goodness.
Groundhog Day bad.
Yeah. Another thought I had is we're closer to the year 2070 than 1970.
Oh, my God, I'm dead already. Thanks, Val.
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe here.
Huh?
Heavy, creepy. And finally, the last thought I had this morning in the shower was the way you make a family is not family friendly.
How does that work? Describe it to me, Val. Well, first you need a gorilla.
Remember, I can't visualize.
All right, another question for you. Val, do you wash clothes that you just bought before wearing them, or will you just put them on?
The only thing I will wash before wearing them would be underwear. Everything else I just put on.
You just put on? I'd be worried about some kind of chemicals, or maybe somebody with fleas wore it before me, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you got me creeped out.
Sorry.
I think no, because I've just pulled on a pair of jeans I just bought.
Ew.
So
So a whole bunch of other people could have wore those.
But I've got underwear, so it's fine. The most important parts I've got a layer between.
Isn't that kind of a thin material? I'm just saying. All right, almost
So
all.
you always wash your clothes?
Always. Always.
Really?
Well, because I can never find anything as small as I am, so I have to make them shrink. Especially the pants. Most times I buy pants, I wash them like in hot and then dry them in hot because I need them like about 2 inches shorter in the legs.
I thought you were talking about the butt.
I want that butt to look tight.
You have no butt.
Botox? Can you do that on the Botox buns?
Butt lifts?
Butt lifts. All right, almost all laundry and clothing experts on the internet say you should wash those clothes, not only to rinse out some of the residue dyes and chemicals used in the factories, but swabs have been taken from brand new clothing in stores which found all types of pathogens such as respiratory secretions.
And fecal matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now I got to go take a shower.
You're walking in it.
Ah.
Uh-huh. This is due to either people having tried on those clothes before you or handling them in the factories. You know that guy that didn't wash his hands?
Yeah.
All right.
Ew.
Sorry. All right. Explain what we learned from the movies, Val.
All right. Now, when we watch a movie, we are required to suspend most of reality. And that's one thing my husband has a really hard time with when watching shows. He gets really upset if it's not logical or doesn't make sense. And I'm like, honey, that's called literary license. It's not, but anything that's out, like, when they've just, shot 40 times and finally checked their clip or something like that.
It bothers him.
Nuts.
But yet,
really.
but the fact that he's watching a Marvel movie doesn't have a problem with that.
No, because you expect that to be science fiction outside of the realm of normal thinking. But yeah, when you watch those murder mysteries or action films and they do something really, you're like, that would never happen in real life. So anyway, I'll get back to what I'm supposed to be talking about.
Okay.
A popular trope is someone getting shot, but somehow harnessing the energy to get back up and take out the bad guys.
Love it.
Yeah. Here are some others thanks to the internet.
Yay.
All right. Activating a fire alarm pull station does not, in real life, set off sprinkler heads. Neither does setting off a smoke detector. And when one sprinkler head does activate, it does not start all of them flowing.
What does it take to start a sprinkler head? I mean, obviously some fire and maybe then heat. I don't know what kind of sensors they have in there, but I'd love to set one off.
What I always was like, they set one off in a room full of computers. You just did probably more damage than a fire would have.
You might as well let it burn.
Yeah. I mean, all right. How about this one? Chloroform takes ages to have an effect. You wouldn't just touch a rag doused in it to their face and then they're out. You'd be there a good 10 minutes.
I don't have that kind of time. I tried to get you with the chloroform.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
How about this one? If you get hit in the head and don't wake in a few seconds, but wake several hours later in a plane, in a house, or in a foreign country, you have a severe brain injury, and you are probably in really bad shape.
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Huh?
Oh. All right, this one. Bullets fired by bad guys at the back of cars go through metal, seats, glass, etc. If you are being fired upon, the bullets won't just stop at your trunk lid.
Depends how big that bullet is, I guess.
Or if you're in like the presidential motorcade, maybe.
Yeah.
This one, films often show characters knocking out others with a single punch. In real life, knocking someone unconscious is difficult and can cause cause serious injury. But there's the opposite thing too. When they're getting the pulp beat out of them and they keep getting up to continue fighting, it's like anybody else got hit like that, you would not get back up and continue to fight.
So the pressure it takes to bust a Budweiser bottle, that brown thick glass, probably gotten thinner over the years. The pressure that it takes to break that can actually crush a person's skull. So when you see that on a movie, it's very unrealistic, and I think it can lead to bad things in bars.
Oh yeah, you think it's just going to break?
Yeah, because I was DJing in a nightclub, and we'd get fights breaking out, and a particularly bad one broke out, and one of the bouncers took 2 beer bottles and a hurricane glass to the top of his head from somebody that was on an upper level, kept reaching over and whacking him because he was trying to subdue friends, I guess. So they went after the bouncer. Kept saying afterwards he was okay, but he got really red flushed in the face, and I was sitting beside him, and we closed the bar early and all that kind of stuff, and I'm visiting with him, and finally he admits he's a little dizzy, but he wouldn't go to the hospital. So I sneak over to the general manager and tell him. He goes and tells all the other bouncers to pretend they're hurt. So they're all like, yeah, I got hurt too, I got hurt too. And he goes, okay, you're all going to the hospital. They took him to the hospital. A long story short, he had a minor concussion.
Oh, just a minor one. You and I probably would have had a traumatic brain.
Yeah, the thing that I guess that was probably good about it, he had that chromosome disease like Andre the Giant, so he was a little thicker than the average person.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Somebody else probably would have been seriously hurt. Yeah. And then finally, the last one is in medical dramas, defibrillators are often used to restart a heart that is flatlined. However, in reality, they are used to correct irregular heartbeats and cannot restart a stopped heart.
Is that true?
I thought they could restart a stopped heart.
I don't know.
Maybe
I electrocuted myself, and my heart was beating really hard.
Oh.
All right. Maybe you had yesterday off. Today's your first day back at work. How about taking a personal day? People never seem to run out of creative reasons for being out of the office. Hiring managers were asked to describe the most imaginative explanations they've heard from employees who wanted time off. Here are some of the strangest reasons. This one from Val. Used at her last job before she retired. Can't come in today. My cat has hairballs.
Can be quite serious.
And I'm taking him to the vet to have him removed. All right.
They'll wait till the middle of the night and remove them for you on your bed.
I actually got woken up with that last night, the whole harfing thing. And then Mooch is so old and diabetic, I automatically jump up, make sure she's going to be okay. And biggest hairball I've ever seen.
How can they? Oh, disgusting.
Yeah. All right, I'm seeing a sad movie Sunday, and I know I'll need an extra day to get over it.
Why did you see that on Saturday instead?
I don't know, but after watching, what was that Robin Williams movie, In Dreams Which May Come?
Yeah.
Where his whole family dies and everything. I think I needed a week to get over that movie.
Yeah, What Dreams May Come. Yeah. It was, I think it was not only the fact that it was sad, but it made you think so much. It just kind of scrambled your brain just a little bit.
Well, and from the opening I was so angry because I don't like to cry and get all stuffed up. And from the opening scene to the very last scene, you'll go through at least 2 boxes of Kleenex because you will cry through that entire movie if you're even partially human.
And for some reason now I want to see it again. It's been a long time.
No, I was watching Family Guy, and they go into the last blockbuster, and mostly all they had was copies of that movie, and no one would take it. Don't want to see that again. No, I'm not looking at that. It's horrible.
What I think really hit me about that movie is it gives you a really different idea of what heaven could be like.
It does. Makes you think.
It merely makes you think, yeah.
All right, taking a personal day. Here's the excuse you don't want to use. I'm going to jail. It's just one day, though. Kiwi. First one. Another creative idea for taking a personal day. Hiring managers are heard. My garage door's broken, and the manager knew that her house didn't have a garage.
Maybe you should tell a lie that's believable.
Yeah. I'm taking a few days off to start my own business.
They might fire you. You now have a lot of time to start your own business.
Right in the same vein, I'll be out this afternoon on job interviews. It's for a second job, though. It's okay.
Oh, boy.
And the last one, I need a leave of absence to try another job, but if it doesn't work out, I'd like to come back. I actually did that.
Did you let him know that's the reason why you were taking a leave of absence?
No, but they moved me, and I got hired 7 months later. I quit. I took a new job, worked a year, hated it. A rumor got back that I was job hunting again. They hired me back. But they told me when they hired me, okay, we're going to hire you back, but this time you have to move yourself. I was like, yeah, I'm only a couple hundred miles away. I can do that this time.
And there you go.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. And Val's got things that lawyers have shared that people have fought over.
Yes, and this was divorce lawyers. This came up on Reddit, and the things that divorcing couples have fought over. Oh. How about this one? Food in the pantry, like $1 canned peaches and some stale muffins.
I can't help it. I just hate her so much.
Wow, you must really hate each other that much if you're going to fight over canned peaches. Wow.
Yeah.
How about this couple? They fought over a surge protector.
Well, it was one of those that have the flat plug-in on it so you can put it behind a dresser.
Oh.
Those are hard to find.
They are hard to find. One couple fought over who got the scrap metal in the backyard.
Well, I done there collected it all.
And this person said it wasn't a divorce trial, but at a probate trial in which the judge held an auction in the courtroom, two warring brothers bid on their parents' stuff. And we're not talking about Picassos and diamonds either. They were fighting over one of those electronic plastic frogs that ribbits when someone walks past it.
And now a word from the judge.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Wow. Wow. Did you and an ex ever have like a fight over something really dumb?
You're saying that because I've got so many of them?
Well, I thought, yeah. I mean, and you've had some crazy exes, so I thought maybe it would be easy for you to come up with something.
No, they usually leave in such a hurry. There's a bunch of stuff left behind. I think I could walk through here and find in the house and find stuff from several exes, actually.
You're like, I wish they'd taken that.
Yeah. Every time I look at it, I think about them. All right. That's good. One time a cat.
All right. But I mean, cats are like our children sometimes.
Yeah. So, but it was more my cat than hers, right? So I'm really stressing about the cat more than her. Okay, I'm stressing about the cat. She wants the cat. She keeps telling me she's just using it. You know, she's gonna take the cat. And in the morning, she's leaving. She says, "I'm not taking the cat. I don't want it. It's just like you."
And you were like, "That's the nicest thing you ever said to me."
What's funny is she'd like taken pictures of like me and the cat sleeping in the same positions all the time, so it really was true. All right, let's see. Dumb complaints received by city health departments. All right.
Okay.
Let's switch it up. Dumb complaints received by the city of Deer Park.
Or Chewila.
Or Chewila. First one, can you please tell me when our repairs are going to be done, as my wife is about to become an expectant mother? What? Repairs for what? For what? All right, I think it was your turn and I stole it. Keep going, Val.
No, I did the one about the lawyers, so it is your turn.
All right. The toilet is blocked and we can't bathe the children until it's cleared. You know, it was just like
boy.
home. It was just like being back in Chihuahua this morning. I went around the kitchen and the bathroom, and all the faucets were running brown water.
Ew.
Like when they flush the lines in Chihuahua. So, yeah. Look, instant coffee.
Disgusting.
When I looked at the toilet bowl, I was like, is there something wrong with me? Sorry. All right. Will you please send someone to mend our broken sidewalk, as my wife tripped and fell on it, and now she's pregnant?
Oh, I wonder what I could say and get away with this now.
We'll just have a moment of silence. You can insert your joke here.
There you go.
All right. I wish to complain that my father hurt his ankle very badly when he put his foot in the hole in his back passage. I think that's his alley.
Must be his alley.
I hope so. I hope so. If not, that foot might not be coming back.
No.
All right. I'm calling to tell you there's a smell coming from the man next door. Those are awesome.
Yes.
All right. Wrapping up this segment with a little trivia.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Immediately, on to the fun and games. First trivia question, Val. Quickest one of these lasted just 10.5 seconds.
The quickest one, 10.5 seconds.
It's a sport.
Okay. Excuse me. The quickest one of these lasted just 10.5 seconds. Does it?
It's a sport.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it would be.
What sport could be over in 2.5 seconds?
That's what I'm. At
Or
10.5 seconds?
yeah.
What sport could be over in 10.5
I bet
seconds?
you.
I'm
I bet
sure
you Ken's helping you.
Ken, are you helping me? I'm trying to think of a tennis match.
No, ma'am. One more chance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank. Is it like a sport we know well?
Yeah, you should have just like hit yourself upside the head.
Boxing match.
Yeah, boxing. I'm still going to disqualify you, though, okay?
Well, now you've given me a concussion. Thank you very much.
All right, this 10.5 seconds also included the 10-second count.
Oh, my gosh.
So really a half second. So
wow.
There's a young man who used to do, I think it was MMA rather than boxing, but in Chihuahua. And he's from Chihuahua, and he showed me a video of it, and people that know him might know just by me telling the video. So he's over in the Tri-Cities for a fight, and they introduce him first, and you hear like two people clapping, right? And then they introduced his opponent, and the place just roars. I mean, goes nuts. And the bell goes off, and the guy's bouncing all around, showing off, and the crowd's cheering. And he runs he charges and runs right into his fist out cold. And I was like, wow, that's the shortest fight I've ever seen. And it's like he did it on purpose. And you could have heard a pin drop. And the guy he wasn't even moving. He's just down. Fight's over.
Oh,
but yeah,
boy.
That's impressive. He just held out his fist and the guy ran right into it.
How embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. Especially after the crowd pumped him up. All right. Largest building in the world is in Washington State. What's in it? It's a factory for a company. Largest in the world.
Largest building in the world, a factory. And what's in it? I'll go with Boeing airplanes.
You are exactly right. Good job. All right. Sort these things by how heavy they are.
Okay.
A human head, an elephant's tail, a large rat, moose antlers.
Okay. I am going to go with the elephant's tail, moose antlers, large rodent, and human brain.
Oh, correct order. Moose antlers, 44 pounds. Elephant's tail, 24 pounds. Human head, remember that movie, 8 pounds. Large rat, under a pound. If you ever eaten one, Val, you'd know that.
Boy, I didn't get one single one in the right order.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, yeah. I should have called it Jumble These.
Answer right and win?
James.
Or answer wrong and win. Sorry.
Yes. James Madison Randolph, grandchild of Thomas Jefferson, was the first child born here.
Like we're talking about a city or a state?
A place.
Or a country. Thomas Jefferson in the New World, in this country.
No. That's
Okay.
true, but he didn't have the first child born in the new country.
I was thinking
That's been
first,
going on
like,
for a while.
I just meant like the first presidential,
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of more politicians.
Grandchild Thomas Jefferson, first child
White
born.
House.
There you go.
All right.
During your lifetime, you'll eat about 60,000 pounds of what?
60,000 pounds of potatoes.
Trick question. Keep it
Trick
simple.
question.
Keep it simple.
Food.
Yeah. Yay, she got it right. You'll eat about 60,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
All right, which one's the lie here, Val? Average American went to the theater. The average American went to the theater to see a movie in 2023. At least one. Okay.
Okay.
India's Bollywood produces over 1,000 films a year, more than any other country. The 1960 film Swiss Family Robinson was the first American film to show a toilet being flushed on screen.
Gosh.
Tough.
I'm going to go with the first one, the movies, as the lie.
No, it's true.
Wow.
Average American did go to see one movie in 2023.
Okay.
India's Bollywood produces over 1,000 films a year, more than any other country. True.
Yeah, I was thinking that one was true for sure.
And the 1960 film Swiss Family Robinson, before 1960, they wouldn't even let people kiss or sleep in the same bed, so they're not going to show a toilet flushing. All right?
Okay.
Actually, it was in 1960, though. It was Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, first film to have a toilet flush.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how things have changed over the years as far as, just even, from the time we were kids, young adults, what you could watch on TV compared to what you can watch on TV today is pretty insane.
Well, and even some television shows and movies will show someone going number one, but sadly enough, they've never shown anyone going number two.
Rugged, manly
Thank
men
you.
in the full bloom of their manhood.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe not. All right.
I think we might have talked about this before. Nicolas Cage does a little 6-part documentary on the history of swear words. And it was just interesting that how bad the word damn used to be, which we kind of, now it's, I would say, one of the minor swear words.
Yeah.
And just, they had to, that used to be the worst swear word. And they actually had to petition the Hollywood Censor Board to let that be said at the end of Gone with the Wind. Because it was such a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
That, so they had to prove that, they had to base it on, okay, we're trying to be correct to this book, and this is how it ends. And they had to do this whole thing to get that as the last phrase of the movie. So.
Well, and now there's only 2 words that you can't say on the radio. There's only 2 that are guaranteed fine. The rest of them are up to community perception. And I had somebody play a song with a kind of a word like damn, but maybe a little worse. But it said it over, and if it would have just said it once in the song, I wouldn't have, felt like I needed to reprimand them or something. But it must have said it at least 20 times throughout the song. And when I questioned, they said, well, it's not one of the 7 dirty words. I was like, yeah, you don't remember the class, do you? All right.
When I was doing the music for the studio or for the radio station, it was like some of those things that you could edit out that bad word, but you still knew what. I mean, it was kind of implied what it was anyway, and we stepped over we kind of went over those songs. We decided not to have those on the radio just because it was so obvious what they were meaning.
So I got better at it over the years, where I could do a beat on beat removal of, let's say, as long as they weren't singing over where the stanza restarted in the song, you could take out a whole section of the song or a line if you could do a beat on beat mix. And I've done that before. One of them was Steve Miller's Big Old Jet Airliner. Now there's a dirty word at the end of that song, and I removed the whole sentence.
Oh, nice.
And if you're tapping your feet, you can't tell, but if you're singing along, there's something missing.
And they're Maroon 5 for a while there some of the songs you couldn't
even play them. No.
You couldn't even play them. I mean, they were good songs, and you're like, no, there's no way I can fix this.
Mm-hmm. All right, a couple more and we'll let you go, Val. This cleans, warms, and humidifies over 500 cubic feet of air every day, and you own it. It's yours. You take it with you everywhere you go.
Oh, your lungs. No?
It's connected to them.
Your respiratory system?
It's connected to that, too. This thing in particular, though, does a lot of it.
Your blood, then?
No, you've got a big one.
Obviously not a brain.
That would be your nose, Val. Your nose.
Your nose.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
And Schlafmans do kind of have bigger noses. But all right. All right, 13% of dog owners never do this.
Is it horrible? Like, take him to the vet?
Yeah, it is. It is bad. This is very rude.
Very rude. Never pet them.
Not that bad.
Never walk them?
No.
I don't know.
Happens when you're walking them.
Oh, you pick up their poo.
Yeah. 13% of dog owners never do it.
Wow, now that is rude.
It is.
That's.
And they agree. Our studio audience. All right. When we come back, local birthdays, odd news, and more. But you have to stay right here. It is Northern Lights Public Radio, and we are KCHW 102.7. Back in about 7 minutes if you need a snack. But we hope you will stay right here.
Hail to the king, baby.
All right, I apologize. I'm really, really sorry. I apologize unreservedly. I offer a...
You are an idiot!
Wow! Wow! All I can say is wow!
You're mocking me, aren't you?
It's 8:24.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChuelaFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChuelaFlooring@gmail.com.
Chewelah Motel and RV Park. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, located at 301 South Park Street in Chewelah, offers 14 single or double rooms, each with a refrigerator and microwave, in-room coffee station, Wi-Fi, cable, and 58-inch screen television. 2 Airbnb options are available, both with full kitchens, coffee, and a 65-inch smart TV. They also feature 26 full hookup RV spots with 30-amp service. For reservations, they can be reached at 509-935-4763 or ChuelahMotelandRVPark.com. Chewelah Motel and RV Park, 301 South Park Street in Chewelah.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, January the 16th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Housing is a major issue for lawmakers this year, and for some, simply staying home is the goal. Our Teganov reports one measure in Olympia would help stabilize rent prices for tenants.
In the first half of 2023, more than 6% of Washingtonians were forced to move because of rent increases. Deb Wilson lives in a manufactured home park in Aberdeen. In 2021, monthly rent on the land at the park was raised from $485 to $635. Wilson says that was a huge increase, especially for people on fixed incomes, and led to drastic changes in lifestyle for some.
They eat less meals per day. They don't buy all their medication, or they take less of their medication. They don't get to travel. So we're just sitting here waiting for people to dump dirt on us and bury us because we're just waiting to die.
House Bill 2114 would limit rent increases to 5% over a 12-month period and require landlords to give at least 6 months' notice if the rent increased by 3% or more. Opponents say the measure actually could limit housing supply because developers might be less inclined to build in the state.
And brutally cold temperatures wind chills stayed put across much of the U.S. on Monday, promising the coldest temperatures ever for Iowa's presidential nominating contest, holding up travelers and testing the mettle of the NFL fans, including in Buffalo. That from the New York Daily News. As many as 150 million Americans were under a wind chill warning or advisory for dangerous cold and wind. Sunday morning saw temperatures as low as minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit to minus 40 degrees. And sub-zero lows reached as far south as Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, and parts of Indiana. Meantime, Los Angeles, home to the biggest LGBTQ plus organization in the world. We get more in this Yes Magazine California News Service collaboration.
The LA LGBT Center has built the only large-scale intergenerational campus with housing and services in the nation. The 180,000-square-foot Anita Mae Rosenstein campus houses low-income people over 50, alongside young adults between ages 18 and 24 who are experiencing homelessness. 65-year-old Lisa Chilton says the two groups watch out for each other.
It is exhilarating because it is a microcosm of the world. We have a youth building. We have a transgender building.
This story was produced with original reporting from Greg Hernandez for Yes Magazine, which was funded by the Candida Fund. This is Suzanne Potter reporting.
The center opened in 2019, has grown to 7 locations across the city. This is Public News Service. Now to the Silver State, where individuals and environmental groups have had their input on NV Energy's 2024 Integrated Resource Plan.
The feedback session was mandated under Assembly Bill 524, which passed last year to increase transparency and engage Nevadans in energy decisions. NV Energy says one of its biggest challenges will be meeting the state's rapidly growing power demands, while also ensuring reliability, affordability, and sustainability. But Tracy Puckett, who's lived in Las Vegas for over 30 years, wants to know why the company isn't tapping into more renewables like solar.
Why are we wasting this opportunity for our state to benefit in so many ways? Decreased air pollution, decreased greenhouse gas production, clean, good-paying jobs, and stable energy costs are among a few of the benefits of maximizing solar energy.
Nevada ranks 6th in the nation for solar energy production, and just over 25% of the state's electricity comes from solar, according to Solar Energy Industries Association. I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
Now to Texas, where road construction workers die at a higher rate than in any other state.
And some believe it's because contractors aren't held accountable for accidents. Over a 7-year period ending in 2020, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recorded 143 deaths at Texas road construction sites. Reporter Josephine Lee with the Texas Observer investigated last year's death of Juan Simmental from a fall while helping build a new toll road. The contractor had been hired by the Texas Department of Transportation, or TxDOT. She says Texas is among states that allow private companies to operate under their own safety plan.
TxDOT kept on awarding contracts to the same equity group and its subsidiaries, and so they've made millions from Texas highways, but while they were doing it, the injuries kept on racking up.
I'm Roz Brown reporting.
Finally, Mark Moran lets us know a group of conservation, sporting, and land stewardship organization calls the U.S. Forest Service move to conserve old-growth forests a good first step.
The plan aims to use a science-based management plan to address climate change and other threats to these forests. Montana Wildlife Federation Executive Director Frank Selassie says in Montana, the old-growth management plan would be part of a broader effort to help trees sequester carbon, which he says they are losing the ability to do.
They're not absorbing carbon because of the widespread beetle and disease and other disturbances. We're losing the ability for these forests to absorb carbon.
The new Forest Service proposal would address insect infestations and implement logging practices for ecological health reasons.
This is by Clifford for Public News Service, member listener supported. Here's our great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Over 20 different genres of music each week. You're listening to the Music Education Station, Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW 102.7. And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7. It's Tuesday with Scott and Val on the radio, YouTube, Facebook, and the Twitch channel, which feeds right to our website as well at kchw.org. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Val, for getting up early.
Yeah, I mean, they really can't get away from us, right?
That's right.
We're everywhere.
That's right.
So
you start wandering around the internet, you'll run into our ugly mugs somewhere.
That's right.
All right. I have some birthdays for today, the 16th of January. Some of the names, a little tough. If I mess up your name, I'm very sorry. Cassandra Chalmers having a birthday today. Malachi Lane. Let's see, Reese Whitley. And then, that's a tough one. Ushane Roy. How would you say that, Val? Eushene.
I think you did pretty good on that.
Good? All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you, if I messed it up. Yeah. Or maybe Shane?
You know, sometimes you see that where it kind of shows you how to say a name, how it kind of phonetically writes it out for you. That's what we need on, some of them. Just
yeah,
so
Lions Club calendar. Could you hook us up with some phonetic spellings, please?
Yes, please.
All right, celebrity birthdays with Val.
All right, director John Carpenter, he did the Halloween films and is 76 today. Dancer, choreographer, actress Debbie Allen, who I think was most recently maybe is in Grey's Anatomy, is 74. Singer Sade is 65. Is it Sade or Sade?
Sade.
Yeah, I think I thought there was an H sound.
It's a silent H that it's not even in there.
Yeah. Supermodel Kate Moss is 50 today. And finally, actor, playwright Lin-Manuel Miranda from Mary Poppins Returns and Hamilton is 44 today.
I missed that Mary Poppins Returns.
Just a spoonful of sugar.
Uh-huh. It happened today. I like to call it history, and we're not going back very far. You should be able to keep up today. 1987, red M&Ms returned for the first time in 11 years after being banned because the original red dye used in the candy had caused cancer in laboratory rats.
Maybe you shouldn't feed laboratory rats M&Ms to begin with.
Yeah. I like that line of thinking. In 1996, Jamaican authorities fired upon Jimmy Buffett's seaplane, mistaking it for a drug trafficker's plane. U2 singer Bono was with Buffett, but neither was hurt.
I don't think I'd ever heard that story, had you?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
Why does that not make news?
That's a great rock story. Wow. All right. Let's see. 2003, the Space Shuttle Columbia took off on what would be its final mission. Columbia would disintegrate 16 days later on re-entry. 2007, Tallahassee, Florida. Hunter's wife said when she opened a refrigerator, the duck her husband killed 2 days earlier raised its head and looked at her. A woman said she freaked out and told her daughter to go get that duck to the hospital right now. Lucky Duck was patched up and taken to a wildlife sanctuary. Any guesses what the duck said? No?
Oh, I thought you had a sound effect. Sorry.
No,
I missed
any
the
guesses?
cue.
I was going to say, brr. Thank you for the courtesy laugh. On to 2007 when Barack Obama, senator from Illinois, launched his bid for the White House. Maybe his wife will do it really soon, please. Please.
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I don't think she has any plans whatsoever to enter politics. So.
I don't know. People are still begging her to. And I think if she did, Biden might just go, okay, I'm tired.
Yeah.
New U.S. rules loosening trade restrictions with Cuba went into effect, including permission to sell instruments, tools, equipment, and supplies to private businesses. That was 2015. 2016, the first flower was grown in space. It wasn't that kind of flower, Val. It was a zinnia brought aboard the International Space Station.
All righty then.
Yeah, it wasn't no space weed. 2021, 10 Nepali climbers became the first to reach the summit of K2 in winter on the China-Pakistan border. There you go.
All right.
All right. Special events, we go to Val.
Oh my gosh, there's some good ones here today. The first one on the list is Appreciated Dragon Day. Oh, I've always appreciated dragons.
Have you ever seen a real one, though? Come on.
No.
I think you have and may not realize it, actually.
Oh, maybe.
Don't you remember this guy? Kind of qualifies.
He qualifies?
Okay.
Oh. It is Book Publishers Day.
Anybody can do that now.
Yeah, about anybody can, can't they? Just like make your own music and get it published. Yeah. The unsung heroes, because I know there's no way in a million years I could ever do this job. And that is Elementary School Teacher Day.
You want to know?
Thank you to all the teachers.
Yes. Big round of applause for all the elementary teachers. You want to know the word that, or the sentence that's heard most often by elementary teachers?
I got to go to the bathroom?
No, there's a booger on your shirt. That's their shirt, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It is International Hot and Spicy Food Day.
And here I am. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, boy. I was thinking that they're going to need some milk with that. Because they're else going to need a little milk for the Fig Newton Day.
Oh, but you skipped the other one.
Well, it's International Hot and Spicy Food Day, and then it's just Hot and Spicy Food Day.
Hail to the king, baby.
Well,
I got half
one.
of it right. I'm spicy.
Spicy. This one, I hope you have one of your own. A Good Teen Day.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
And then my favorite day of all, National Nothing Day.
It's invisible. It's invisible.
Nothing. What are you doing today? Nothing.
Nothing. All right. Number of the day is quite long, 155,872, and that's the acres of land owned by the 100th largest landowner in the U.S. named D.K. Boyd. Largest landowner has 2.4 million acres.
Wow. So
his last name is Cartwright.
So do you think, is that a individual, or do you think it's a business?
I don't know. I'd have to Google it.
Yeah, that's interesting. 2.4 million acres.
That's crazy. That's a lot of land. Possibly.
And you know what's interesting is he's the 100th largest landowner.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it? And he owns
so there's landowners that have more than 2.4 million acres.
Wow. No, the largest, he had 155,000. The largest has 2.4 million.
Oh, gotcha. I'm reading it wrong. Okay.
All right.
I would read that wrong. Thank you for clarifying.
All right, just a few news stories. We're going to call these news and nuggets before we head for odd news today. First one up, U.S. Federal Highway Administration is banning, boy, I'm having a hard time, humorous and quirky messages on electronic highway signs across the country. Oh, come on.
Really?
You know, I do think some of them can be kind of distracting.
If they were like really long where you were reading them for a quarter mile, but if it's like one-line quips, I don't know, break up the day.
You always have the cute ones about buckling up or motorcycles and stuff like that. But it could be a distraction reading them. And then what if you're driving and it really busts you up? Right into the ditch! Ah!
Well, then we're a danger to people driving.
Oh. No, Val, we're not a danger because we're not that funny.
Oh, come on.
You walked right into that one. All right, states have been given 2 years to implement the changes outlined in the new 1,100-page manual.
Oh, my goodness.
I ain't even going to read that, which includes rules regulating signs and other traffic control devices. The ban, effective from 2026, targets... Let's see, it targets overhead electronic signs with obscure meanings, pop culture references, or those intended to be funny, as they can be misunderstood or distracting to drivers. I knew it. Federal Highway Administration says signs should be simple, direct, brief, legible, and clear, and used only for important information such as crash warnings, adverse weather conditions, and traffic delays. Seatbelt reminders and warnings about the dangers of speeding or impaired driving are also allowed. Now, some examples of funny real highway electronic messages that the highway departments have put up as examples. Don't drive Star-Spangled Hammered from Pennsylvania.
That really isn't even funny.
In New Jersey, Hocus Pocus, drive with focus.
Cute.
Mm-hmm. Hands on the wheel, not your meal.
See, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, that's from Arizona. From Massachusetts, use ya blinker. That's exactly how it's spelled. Use ya blinker.
What are they going to do next? Ban like funny license plates?
Yeah, probably. I could start giggling from behind you.
Well, you got to stop and figure out what they're saying, right? And so maybe that's distracting, like use ya blinka.
You can start giggling and talking and looking at the person next to you to see if they're laughing. People died.
That just proves the government has no sense of humor. No, I take that back because we have politicians.
That's right. Have you seen our two presidential candidates?
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Have you seen quite a few of our House of Representatives?
Some of the nerdiest nerds I've ever seen.
Yes.
Nerdiest nerds.
Oh. Here's some that... are living in Mama's basement yet, and
like that Speaker of the House, he looks like he'd live in Mom's basement.
Oh boy!
All right, we could get our first trillionaire, Val. Tell us about it.
Wow. The world could see its first trillionaire within a decade as the wealth of the top 5 billionaires has increased by 155% since March 2020. The report comes from Oxfam, a British-founded confederation of 21 independent charitable organizations focusing on ending global poverty. Yeah, it's just funny that it's somebody focusing on ending global poverty. The report has revealed that a billionaire gained roughly $1.7 million for every dollar of new global wealth earned by a person in the bottom 90%. And the world's first confirmed billionaire, that's US dollar billionaire, was John D. Rockefeller. He achieved this status in 1916, largely known through his ownership of Standard Oil.
That's crazy.
Wow.
1.7 million for every dollar we make?
Yes.
Huh. Doesn't seem quite fair, does it?
No.
Wow. That's really, really bad. You know, there's a show on Netflix called Love, Death, and Robots, and they have a brand new season of it. And the first one is 3 robots on a tour of the Earth to find out what happens to the humans. And it's all very real world, our current situation about plastic in the water and the pills and dumb wars and all that kind of stuff, all turned into this very comedic little animated clip that's about 12 minutes long. I think everybody on the planet needs to watch it. It really sums us all up like to a T.
Really? Love, Death, and Robots?
Love,
Is that
Death,
what you
and
said it was?
Robots, yeah. And it's
Oh.
the new season. The first one has these 3 robots on it. Same 3 robots that I think were in season 1 touring the decimated Earth as well, though. So, but it's like a new one from them. And very, very poignant, I should say.
Wow.
So check that out. Check that out.
Makes us realize how stupid we're actually being.
Yes, totally. And then we'll wrap up. Go ahead.
I was going to say, which kind of leads to the next short little story about the environment. And it says a study found that while 87% of adults agree on the importance of being green, over half believe it's often inconvenient. 3 in 10 admit trashing plastic food containers rather than washing them out and recycling them. 23% have requested a paper bill when they could have gone paperless. Over half prefer plastic bags to lugging around reusable grocery bags. Almost a third refuse to hang laundry to dry naturally.
Wow. And you really can't do that in the summertime in Washington because your clothes are going to get all smoky.
That's true.
So sometimes there's a reason. You know, I get it because they have in Maine, every town has to have a recycling center. And they do, no matter how small the town is. Has to have what they call redemption centers. And we're one of those few states left that charge a deposit on bottles, cans, plastic bottles as well. And if you want your money back, you got to take it to the redemption center. The problem with that type of recycling is there's going to be a low percentage of people that want to collect it, like me, because I have a smaller house. So I've got to find a place and no garage. So I've got to, if I'm going to collect these, and let's say I'm going to collect them for a month and then take them all in, I got to save all this stinky stuff somewhere in the trunk of my car, in my house, and it's not picked up by the regular garbage service. When I lived in Indiana, the city gives you a garbage can and 3 tubs. And they come and collect them all. Made recycling so... I mean, if everybody would do that, and I realize there's an expense for communities and stuff, but that makes it so easy that I bet you the percentage of people recycling gets up over 80%.
Yeah, and I know, the Spokane area offers you your recycling bins as well. I don't know if it's charged as part of their bill or not, but you still have to have people buy in to use them. Where, with like Maine that charges a deposit on that stuff, that would certainly get buy-in in that regard too. So, but then I think I look at like the, we have the charge now on our plastic bags or paper bags at the grocery store, and it's 8 cents a bag. But I think in that regard, it's, such a small cost that people are like, it's 8 cents. I've got my bags, no big deal. So I'm not sure. I mean, we've got some buy-in, but I don't think we have a lot of buy-in with that either because the charge for a bag is pretty cheap.
Well, Texas has just opened a brand new, largest plastic factory ever. And this is ridiculous because just like last week, there's another story that you can buy any bottle of water you find in the store that you buy, thinking that you're protecting yourself maybe by not getting plastic from the local water reservoir. It's in that too, they said. It's in every bottle of water that's out there. They found this plastic. So this has come out. We know it's horrible. We know it's polluting the planet. We know it's affecting our DNA. We know it's inside of our bodies, but we ain't going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
What moves? Plastic bags? That's all you did? What about the rest of the plastic? It's everywhere.
Yes.
It's so I get the people that are frustrated with the bags because it almost seems pointless when, I mean, I can look around this room right now. Everything is made out of plastic. Everything.
Yes. Everything. I mean, what in your house isn't?
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And I guess I don't know enough about it, but there's probably plastic in the fibers in your couch and your.
Here's the other thing I don't understand. You can make it out of hemp.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it into oil and make plastic that's biodegradable and won't hurt the environment. Why aren't we retooling? Why aren't we building new factories? Why isn't that an issue? We think that just taking plastic bags away from people is going to fix everything. It's not.
Right. And I think, I mean, it comes down to, again, expense, right? I mean, what people are willing to pay for. It's like, that study, people find it inconvenient. Yeah. So now we're going to, instead of, having, 8 cents for a plastic bag or whatever it may be, now you've got 80 cents for a hemp bag. I think it's just, it boils down to how much people are willing to spend, and they say they want to be green, but are they willing to pay for it?
They'd sooner just paint themselves green.
True.
All right, let's get off our soapbox and wrap up today's show the fun way.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
I use a plastic mouse to do that.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Always kicking off.
Yodeling.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's yodeling day?
Remember your horoscope this morning?
Oh, awkward silences and yodeling.
Yeah, and yodeling.
Oh.
Unexpected yodeling. I was just trying to make your horoscope come true.
Well, you did. Thank you. Scared the heck out of me. I think I peed a little, actually. I was like, so loud in my headphones. All right, news attack. First sentence true, second sentence bad joke. Go, Val.
The world could get its first trillionaire within 10 years, like we talked about earlier. Hope you were listening. Because what the world really needs is a richer, rich person.
Uh-huh. Finally solving the mystery of who can afford movie theater snacks. Those guys. Right, Donald Trump was right all along. More than 4,000 votes in Virginia were mistakenly miscounted in the 2020 election. But it was actually Joe Biden who was shortchanged. True. It's like finding extra fries at the bottom of the bag the day after you went through the drive-thru. Aww.
You know what? I can't wait to see Joe Biden's angry tweet about this. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Wrong guy. Sorry.
I'm sure he'll call all the people in Virginia losers. And then target a couple innocent ballot counters and defame them.
Yes. Make sure there's death threats against them and stuff.
Yeah. And then people will vote for him anyways. It makes no sense.
In a world gone mad. According to fatality rates, the least skilled drivers are in Montana.
I knew it.
Yeah, you have to be a really bad driver to be a bad driver in Montana. That's hardly anything to run into. There's hardly anything.
It's true.
It's even less to run into in North Dakota.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Researchers say laughter is often caused because people are amused at being let down by a joke, which is why so many people laugh at our show. See? That's why we have sound effects of laughter and applause and drum rolls, because you might not be laughing.
It's right. It's right. You know, we have to give each other a pity laugh sometimes.
Yes.
So
we want to have the perception, at least, of laughter.
That's right. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
A poll finds 59% of Americans believe there is intelligent life in outer space. More there so than here on Earth. But there is still very little humor behind the concession counter at the movie theater.
Why is that?
Or intelligence in the White House, or we can go on and on.
All right, let's check out another study, because research suggests that half of adults love food more than anything and would marry their favorite food if it were a person.
Really?
Yeah. So sorry, I'm breaking up with you after I finish off a Pizza Hut triple pepperoni last night. It started talking to me through my stomach, and I'm pretty sure it's ready to settle down with me.
It said it loved you and everything.
I have a feeling it's going to leave me, though.
In a couple hours?
Yeah, 4 to 8. It could be one of my longer relationships, though.
Oh, God, here we go again. Dork alert.
Did you say that's true?
Oh,
wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Wow! All I can say is wow!
Oh, boy.
On to the world of wacky but true. We don't add anything to these but a sound effect from a movie or a television show, and here comes Val.
A driver in England was fined after eating a crust of bread as she drove. The woman was driving between appointments when she was stopped by an officer. He told her that she had been seen eating while driving and that she could have killed a child if one had stepped into the road while she was distracted by eating. The woman was munching on a 2-inch long fragment from a sandwich she had eaten earlier.
Floor food. The problem was she had to bend over and get it off the floor to eat it.
Well, there's that.
Oh, there's a piece of my sandwich. I want it. I want it.
I am so hungry right now.
A woman trying on a pair of shoes at a store in China slipped her foot into a sneaker when her toe touched something.
Ooh.
Oh, she thought it might be just a ball of tissue. You know how they wad them up and shove them in the toe area to keep them formed? But no,
Right.
when she reached her hand inside to pull out the tissue, she brought out a dead mouse.
Oh.
Could you imagine what the last person's feet must have smelt like to kill that mouse?
Oh, boy.
I got some shoe things.
No, it just seems that way because you only got one shoe on.
Mom always said there's an awful lot you can tell about a person by their shoes. Where they going, where they been.
I'm packing you an extra pair of shoes and your angry eyes, just in case.
What if it was one of your friends, huh? What if the shoe was on the other foot? I go barefoot!
Those must be comfortable shoes. I'll bet you could walk all day in shoes like that and not feel a thing. I wish I had shoes like that.
Why you limping? I got a dead mouse in each shoe. Yuck.
Oh, let's go to Spain instead. In Spain, a guy held up a bank. The teller gave him some cash and he headed for the door. As he was leaving, a security guard shouted to him that the teller needed to see him again. So he walked back in. Bad idea. The door is locked behind him and the security guard tackled him.
Well, what do you think she's going? Oh, hey, I found some more money. Come back.
I forgot to give you the die pack.
Last words?
Jeez, I'm an idiot.
Totally.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it gets a little better in Spain. Guy held up. Oh, that's the same one, isn't it? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Gets a little better in Florida, where a driver in Florida captured a shocking moment on video when he spotted a woman riding an electric scooter on a busy Miami highway. Christian Dean recorded the risky rider and shared it on social media. In the video, Dean expresses his disbelief, exclaiming, "There's no way that this girl is on here right now," before asking, "Are you serious?"
Oh, boy.
It went down like this.
I got robbed by a sweet old lady on a motorized cart. I didn't even see it coming.
Well, we know where she is now.
Oh, boy. All right, let's move to India now. An 80-year-old there was declared dead and on his way to be cremated, but then he started moving after his ambulance hit a pothole. I swear there's some potholes around here that could wake you from a coma.
And waked up the dead.
The man had been on a ventilator for 4 days when physicians reported that his heart had stopped. However, one of his grandsons, who was riding in the ambulance, noticed that the man's hand moved after the accident. The ambulance rushed him to a nearby hospital where he is currently in critical condition but alive.
Oh, my. Oh, wait a minute. He's not dead. He's like that.
We scared somebody. All right. Deputies in Texas have stumbled upon a significant amount of cash hidden inside a Ritz cracker box during a routine traffic stop. And this, by the way, sounds kind of like an illegal search and seizure.
Okay.
It all happened on Saturday when deputies made the stop and the remarkable canine companion, a canine named Chip, alerted them to the scent of narcotics inside the vehicle, which they did not find.
Mm-hmm.
Curiosity piqued, the deputies crawled under the car where they discovered a discreet black bag cleverly tucked away. To their surprise, inside the bag, a seemingly innocent Ritz cracker box containing a hefty stash of cash.
So it's illegal to have cash under your vehicle in a Ritz cracker box.
I guess so.
Okay, so I got enough cheese and crackers for 8 people. Do you think that's enough?
This calls for another cracker. I'll be right back.
Keep it secret. Keep it secret.
I lost the ring. Forget the ring. The ring is bupkis. I found it in a Cracker Jack box.
It's everything I can find about crackers.
It was pretty good.
All right. Wrap it all up, Val.
We're going to end in Florida. A Florida woman admitted that she plotted to submit dog urine she had collected in an attempt to cheat a court-ordered drug screening. According to investigators, Jessica Beatty, age 42, was subject to random testing as a stipulation of release terms related to her December 28th arrest for possession of drug paraphernalia and driving with a suspended license. Beatty has a lengthy rap sheet with numerous cocaine convictions and related incarceration terms. Free on her own recognizance, following last month's arrest, Beatty had an appointment Thursday to pee in a cup at the county's probation office. Beatty apparently was concerned that her urine would turn up dirty, which would likely result in a return to jail. So she showed up with a fraudulent urine sample. Her actions were visually monitored by a probation officer, making it difficult to hoodwink investigators. When confronted about the phony sample, Beatty reportedly admitted that she collected urine from her aunt's dog.
So, how would you do that?
That's my question.
How would you do that?
Do we want to know?
Because you follow around and you see him sniffing the fire hydrant and you get down there real quick. Maybe you hold him down and tickle and try to...
Wring out the puppy pad?
I don't know. Huh.
All of it sounds disgusting.
Yeah, but doable. Obviously.
With enough incentive.
Yes. All right, last sound effects.
See? It's basic dog psychology. If you scare them and get them peeing down their leg, they submit. Yet if you project weakness, you draw aggression. That's how people get hurt.
Toto, come back! Toto!
You know, if my dog was as ugly as you, I'd shave his butt and tell him to walk backwards.
Well, that pretty much sums it up. All right. That is our show for today. If you tune in tomorrow at 7:15, you will find Chuck Ritchie, Sharon Ludwig, and Levon, all delivering you local events from around the area. Please join them once again, 7:15 tomorrow. Other than that, a couple quick notes. Let's see. Today is library time. Cheweel Library story time, 10:30 to 11:30. Don't forget tech help for anybody that has technical problems with smartphones, laptops, pads, Kindles. That goes on from 3 to 4. All right. And then on Thursday evening, 6 o'clock, Trails End Gallery, there's a showing of Govadear's Grandfather Cuts Loose the Ponies. It's one of the metal sculptures from the horses that are up on in Vantage on the hill. And this was the original template. Check that out Thursday night at 6. That's going to be fun. Other than that, we want you to have a great day. Thank you, Val, for being here.
Well, thank you, brother. It's good to see you.
And we want you to have a great day and keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio because we are KCHW 102.7.
I got robbed by a sweet old lady on a motorized cart. You can see it coming.
I am so hungry right now.
You can do it!
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
It's 9:05.
Your KCHW.